How's it going, everybody? Thanks for tuning in to another video. The thought of the day today is focus. For a long time, I thought I had almost sort of mastered my mind, but I realized yesterday that I'm really not even close. And I think that brought a little bit of peace, actually. You see, I think we're constantly being presented with a series of mental challenges, one after the other. Things like, okay, I have leg day, my house is dirty, I have to work, etc. And you can sort of feel overwhelmed, right? And it's if you're like me, it might be very tempting to kind of like just shut down in that moment, just lay on your bed, watch YouTube, jerk off, and just try to forget about all this stuff that you kind of know you need to do. Like you just kind of you almost want to shell up. And I had this realization after I finally got around to doing the stuff that was piling up. And that realization is that there's really no escaping the fact that you have a certain amount of things that just need to be done, and what you're really left with, what you're really wrestling with, is this little mental battle almost of, do I do the right thing, or do I do the less right thing? This dawned on me recently while I was meditating, which is another concept I'd like to talk about soon, because I've had a huge epiphany recently regarding meditation in general. And, I think that we're being definitely inundated with so much technology and negatively affected by all the stimulation in our environment from phones and being constantly connected to social media and whatnot. But what I'm really trying to convey in this video, though, is to just try and slow down and become aware of when you are presented with this mental fork in the road, so to speak, where it's the choice between I can go get after it, get my work done, conquer my fears, face the uncomfortableness of it all, and get it done, versus I'm just going to shell up and scroll Twitter or Pornhub or swipe on dating apps endlessly, and just try to put all this stuff off. The thing is, the stuff you try to put off, it really never really goes away. It's just going to build up more and more, and it's going to manifest as more heavy sort of negative emotion when you realize that you're just putting the stuff off, and the dishes are building up, and the laundry's building up, and it just it's not going to get any better. So this is sort of a game almost for those of you out there interested in self-improvement or self-mastery that you can play, where you are navigating through life and you have these little mental challenges that are going to pop up. And what you're trying to do is basically see how often you are picking the do the right thing option versus the put things off, numb yourself with your vice of choice option. And perhaps sometimes you do need to just lay about for a while. Your body might be jacked up from whatever, you have a cold or something like that. This is about choosing a particular activity that is it's not objective, it's kind of subjective, right? But it's about being honest with yourself, catching yourself in the moment, and asking the honest question, am I in this moment making the best decision for myself that is healthy and it's what needs to be done? Or am I just letting the fear, the laziness, the negativity win out? And what I think is interesting is that deep down, you probably know. I think we all have a good sense of, is this good or bad? Am I helping myself with this decision? This sort of innate sense and that awareness. It can get buried, perhaps, and finding that might be harder for some versus others. But I think for most people, it is there, and you do have the ability to kind of listen to it and listen to that innate sense, listen to yourself. It takes maybe skill, it takes a little bit of practice, but that's the game. You're trying to identify as much as you can these recurring challenges. And I think what really successful people do, from what I've seen, something they all have in common, is that they can identify like what needs to get done, and they do it without getting in their own way. They don't let their fears and emotions get the best of them. They just identify what needs to be done, and they do it. And a good tip for this might be to just sort of wake up and write down like, what can I do today, and just come up with like a few different bullet points, 3, 4, 5 things. What can I do today that would be productive? Do I need to take my car into the shop, get the oil changed? Am I neglecting that because I don't want to go out in public for whatever reason, because I've just been isolating myself for so long that I'm scared to interact with people? Should I go to the gym today? Do I need to go to the store and get some healthy food instead of getting fast food? Do I need to maybe browse some job openings because I need to find something better for myself, or find something in general? Make a little bullet point of things that you can do, and maybe narrow it down that way, so you have a list of actions you can take, and that's when the game can really get started. You have now a list of actions that you can take, and now it really comes down to, am I going to take the action, or am I going to continue to sort of just wallow about in my own procrastination and misery? And once you start doing this, you will probably be surprised, and you might start to see, just how often you're settling for the subpar decision and taking the comfortable route, taking the fear route. Once I actually realized this concept, I swear I had just like a week of complete shutting down, where I was like, I realized like, this is all on me. Like, I know what I need to do. I can make a list of things I need to do, and it's all on me to like get up and go do them. So maybe you'll go through the same thing. I don't know. I hope not. Hopefully you can avoid that phase, because it sucks. But that's almost what happened to me when I first realized this. Was I'm like, it's all up to me whether I want to take the action or not. Identify the action and then take it. But you got to stop getting lost in this like, I don't know what to do. I'm just gonna lay down and scroll on my phone. This like laying down, scrolling on the phone habit that so many of us have, I think it's so detrimental. It's a complete waste of time, where you're not producing anything, you're not really learning anything, depending on what you're looking at. And it's just the lowest common denominator of behavior of how to spend your time. It's like you're just surrendering to gravity. I'm just going to lay down with the phone in my hand and stare at the screen. We have to get away from doing that and start moving towards, what are the actions I can take that are going to improve my life. I think a big supplement to this is a little bit what I spoke about earlier about meditation. Is to just get away from the technology for a minute, just be with your own thoughts for a little bit, and at least you can get in tune with that inner sense a bit. I'm not saying even you got to go out in the woods or something like that. Just sort of get the phone away from your face for a moment is really it. And that'll give you a little bit of a better sense. That'll give you just more time with yourself, where you can sort of analyze what's going on in your life at the moment, analyze your thoughts, and start to kind of think about what action you can take going forward. It's all about just identifying the action you need to take, and then taking action, and stopping yourself from all this procrastination and all this this nonsense, which is really just boils down to a fear of being uncomfortable. I think a fear of putting yourself out there, a fear of getting away from your nice, cozy habitat of like being in your bedroom and just being on the YouTube and all these sites that are just like, it's like you're in your little like womb or something, and everything is comfortable and warm and nice, and everything is expected. Nothing is throwing you off. Nothing's challenging you. You have to kind of get away from that, and you have to start identifying what are the things that are like outside of my comfort zone that I need to get into. That is really the point of this challenge is identify in each moment, is this what I'm supposed to be doing right now? Is this what I know I should be doing right now? And a lot of the times you're going to be facing boredom, and it's not going to feel as good in the short term to like, I'm going to create a video. Like, it's not necessarily as fun all the time as like, I'm going to just watch videos. But that's what you need to get into. Identify in each moment. Should I be watching YouTube videos right now? Should I be watching Grand on YouTube right now? Or is my garage calling to me to be cleaned, and that's like really what I know I should be doing, but I'm putting off. And you'll probably pop back in and out of like being conscious about this stuff, and sometimes you'll just find yourself laying back down on the couch scrolling on your phone, and that's a little bit of the challenge. When you start doing that, make this video, this challenge pop back into your head and remind yourself like, hey, is this the best thing I can be doing right now? Maybe it is. Maybe you got all your other stuff done and you're a really productive person. I know there are some people like that, but I'm kind of making this to speak to a lot of the people out there who I know are struggling with not being where they want to be in life, and who I know are putting off stuff. So yeah, identify in the moment. Am I doing the thing I need to do? Should I be doing this? Should I be watching these videos, or do I need to be looking up MMA gyms nearby, or like boxing places nearby that I can get into? Am I worried about going there? Am I worried about looking stupid or something? So I'm putting it off and I'm watching YouTube videos instead. Keep trying to identify this stuff in the moment, and eventually you'll realize that you're probably far from mastery over your mind and your behavior, and it's very illuminating, I think. So okay, I don't want to keep droning on and saying the same thing over and over again. I appreciate you guys watching the video. Please like and subscribe for more, and please follow me on Twitter at DecidedYetFree, Grand over there. And yeah, guys, it was good. I hope you got something out of it. Let me know what you thought, if you thought it was interesting, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.